Hi everyone, my name is Katie Lucantonio and I'm an award-winning therapist and energy healer. And I just wanted to make this quick video a bit about what I do. So I am a somatic healer and I specialize in nervous system healing and particularly addressing blocks in the body. I work with women, in particular women in the spiritual and wellness space, with blocks with their business, with their life, with relationships, self-esteem, all the things. So I wanted to do this quick video about why addressing your nervous system and subconscious beliefs is so important. So if you've ever wondered why you keep repeating the same patterns, no matter how hard you try to think positively or stay motivated, it's not because you're broken. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not because you're a failure or for want of trying. It's because your nervous system and subconscious mind are holding on to a blueprint or a pattern of old wounding that hasn't been healed yet. And the old wounds are typically picked up from childhood, whether they're from big traumas, little traumas, society conditioning, parental conditioning, caregiver conditioning. And also, a lot of stuff that I'm seeing playing out is generational stuff. We actually inherit up to several generations behind us, before us, their emotional baggage. And it can be stuff like what I like to call immigrant trauma or religious trauma or anything like that. So if you've grown up in a doomsday type of religion or a very strict religion that was very punishing, that can have detrimental effects. If you've grown up with your parents or grandparents, they immigrated from another country, they will bring their stuff as well. Not saying that that's bad or putting cultural differences down, but there are cultural nuances that have an effect on your adulthood and how you act, how you behave, your relationships, your attachment, and how you move through life and what you ultimately attract and how successful you are. So your subconscious mind is like the operating system of your life. It records everything from 0 to 7 years old. You're actually memorizing everything. So even now as an adult, if you don't remember what happened between those years, your subconscious does. And the nervous system, the body holds the score. It is very, very smart. It's very, very clever. And there are actually techniques that we can use, subconscious healing techniques, where we can communicate with the body to get the answers that we need so we can actually clear what's going on, remove the blocks, remove the old blueprints, and reimagine a new blueprint so you can get the relationship that you want and have a loving, healthy relationship with a partner. You can have the friendships, you can have the promotion, you can have the wealth, the health, the time freedom, a business that you desire, whatever it is. Once you clear these blocks, the sky is the limit. It opens up everything for you. So our subconscious mind is the operating system, and it runs 95% of our thoughts, our feelings, and we're really running on this autopilot based on the experiences that we had when we were younger. If you know a little bit about trauma, epigenetics, I don't want to go into it real deeply here, but our body remembers, and it's based on feeling and what we feel and what we imagine. So the brain actually doesn't understand the difference between something that happened to you when you were 5 and what's happening now. It doesn't understand the time gap. So this is why things that can happen when you're younger can affect you in your business, in your life now. And it's very important that we clear it. So our nervous system is our internal alarm system. It's very, very sophisticated, and any stress, trauma, triggers, years of emotional pressure. If you've lived in survival, there are 5 stages of our nervous system goes through. It's fight, flight, fawn, freeze, and collapse. And this is all new. It used to just be, fight or flight. then freeze come along, then fawn, then collapse. If you are at that point where you're in collapse, you really do need to reach out to someone and get that under control, because that's when we move into burnout, and you don't want to go into burnout because you actually don't have the capacity for taking on anything else, and it's quite a debilitating place to be in. So they're the 5 stages that we move through, and that's why you repeat patterns, because our body is just working off an autopilot and old programming. So when we address the nervous system and we reprogram the subconscious, that's when the healing happens. So you may have been on a healing journey for a long time. You may have tried multiple modalities like hypnotherapy, RTT, breath work, psychoanalysis. You may have gone to therapy. You may have been doing mindset work and there's so many different, there's hundreds and hundreds of different therapies out there, CBT, whatnot. And it can shift things to a point, and even though you have a conscious awareness of it and conscious awareness of your behavior, but if your body is stuck in this nervous system state, in this fight or flight or fawn or freeze state, and it thinks it's still in the same pattern as it was when a child, you repeat the same behaviors over and over again, the same looping thought processes. So this is when someone like I come along that is very well versed in somatic practices, in somatic healing, because we're working with the body, because we need to release the trapped emotions. Grief, sadness, anger, rage, hurt, if you've ever gone through a breakup, all these things over the years can cause us to have these trapped emotions that play out in completely different scenarios in our world. And often, when it comes to our own success and money and relationships. So once we start to clear these patterns and remove it out of the body, and we establish safety and trust, then we can begin to work on self-worth and that worthiness piece. And you start to believing that you're worthy of love, success, happiness, and we remove the blocks out of your heart. This is when a new way of being comes about, and that's when the magic happens. That's when the miracles happen. That's when life shifts happen. That's when relationships transform. That's when businesses transform, finances, wealth, health, everything. It is truly, truly incredible to see this work. And this is not to say that, all the other modalities don't work, do this modality or come work with me. On the journey of healing, everything is contributed to where you are today. And just give yourself a little bit of compassion and a little bit of grace, because I know exactly what it's like. I've been on a healing journey. The healing journey is continuous, but it's not always meant to be continually healing. It's not always meant to be continually looking for that next thing that's going to be our breakthrough, or we're going to get to this top of the mountain, because there is no top of the mountain. There is no level where you can just look back and go, oh yeah, I've made it, I've done it all. There's always different levels, different things to conquer. Things come up for us all the time when we least expect it. And that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. And it's not to put too much stock in, oh, well, I've wasted my time or I've wasted my money. You are where you are because it's part of your journey, and it's a beautiful thing. And if you can sit back and reframe it and look, this is where I'm at, I'm comfortable. I don't always have to go looking for the next thing. I don't have to be in these healing loops. I can just feel safe in my body, feel safe in my environment, and clear out these things in a beautiful way. Life really starts to unfold, and you start to live in alignment. And that is the goal, is to live in alignment with your authentic code and living by your values and what's important to you. Because all else is just performance. If you're faking it till you make it, if you're pretending, if you're doing things, but to make other people happy. You're going to shrink yourself down. You're going to wither. You're going to feel hollowed out. You're going to feel burnt out. You're going to lose your spark, and you're going to feel stuck. And what is it all for? You need to be living an authentic life that comes from within, based off your values, so that you can blossom and life can unfold, which is such a beautiful thing. So I'm going to wrap this video up. So yeah, healing isn't about fixing yourself. It's about reimagining. It's reactivating who you truly are, coming back home to that wholesome self, peeling back the layers of what no longer serves you, what's ready to leave you, beyond your old programming. And this is the work that I'm here for. I'm here to work with the women that want to do the work, that are ready to go, you know what, I've had enough. I've had enough of my own BS. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to work through the shadow. I'm going to work through the stickiness. I'm going to work through the hard stuff. And if any of this resonates with you, I would love to have a chat with you, a consultation. I'm on Instagram. I am around. I'll pop some links in. But yeah, if this resonates with you and if you would want to do some work with me, I would absolutely love to have that chat.